we're getting a report right now that apparently the control tower staffing was, quote, not normal during the deadly crash. This according to the FAA. An internal report suggests the controller on duty during the late-night accident was doing the job usually handled by 2 people. Now, we're going to learn more over the next couple days and the next couple weeks. But Donald Trump mentioned it this morning from the briefing room that this might have been something to do with DEI. We don't know yet. But when you see reports like that, I'm reminded of what went on in Los Angeles and what happened in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. Maybe those were preventable.
I think there's a human error here, of course. There's no other explanation for it. Air traffic control is responsible, particularly in that area. So I think that will unfold that way. There'll be incompetence. Now, whether it's DEI based or not, that's going to require a little bit more investigation. I don't like jumping on these tragedies and making them political so fast. I think that President Trump might have waited a couple of days before he went after Buttigieg and the aviation situation. Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation under Biden, is one of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, the airline industry literally fell apart in 4 years, and he did nothing. So that's all legitimate, but the timing of it, I think, could have been better.
I understand that, and we went through that during his first term as well. Pete Buttigieg, though, to your point, South Bend, Indiana, he managed a city with 19 buses, and Joe Biden thought that he was qualified to run the largest transportation infrastructure on the entire planet. Obviously, a DEI hire.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Pete Buttigieg was not gay, he wouldn't have that job.
Correct.
And I don't think there's anybody in the country who's honest who would dispute that statement.
No, and it's common sense at this point, Bill, and I think that's coming back, and I feel like that's a good thing. I want to ask you just about what's been going on the past couple weeks on Capitol Hill. So Tulsi Gabbard today, Kash Patel today, RFK once again today. They didn't lay a glove on Pete Hegseth 2 weeks ago to the point where he's defense secretary right now. What is it about this version, Bill, of the Democratic Party, and you've covered this stuff for a long time, they just seem so lost right now?
Well, you're talking about the Democrats. I disagree. I think they did lay a number of gloves on Hegseth. And Hegseth's one of the luckiest men on the planet because Senator Tillis in North Carolina was going to vote against him. And if he had, Hegseth would not have gotten through. And there was some kind of deal made where Tillis said, OK, I'll support him, but he didn't want to. So Hegseth just got by.
Yeah.
Now, Kash Patel is an excellent nominee to head the FBI. If you read his Wall Street Journal article today, it's really, really good. So I think he'll get through with little problem. Tulsi Gabbard, a little bit more difficult because she threw her support behind Edward Snowden, a true villain, and she can't really explain it, or hasn't so far. Will that disqualify her? I don't know. She's very smart. I interviewed her. She was right on it. I think she could do the job. But when you back somebody like Snowden, you got to be able to explain it. It's the same thing that RFK's having trouble with. He was definitely anti-vaccine. Now he says he isn't anti-vaccine. Everybody goes, well, you were. And he can't explain it.
And by the way, I wonder, just want to, I'm just speaking, Hegseth was confirmed. So he's defense secretary. So it worked out. And I think, Bill, those backroom deals probably happen every cycle to some extent. There's some senator that's on the fence in a close vote, and maybe there's some arm twisting and some wrangling, whatever. Let me play you a soundbite. This is Tulsi Gabbard earlier today. Take a listen.
And your words are still your beliefs. Yes or no, please.
I'm making myself very clear. Edward Snowden broke the law. He released information about the United States government's illegal activities.
Ma'am,
If I may just finish my thoughts, Senator.
Do you believe, as the chairman of this committee believes, as the vast majority of members of our intelligence agencies believe, that Edward Snowden was a traitor to the United States of America?
Senator, if confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, I will work with you to make sure that there is not another Snowden-like leak.
Media. It's not a moment to propagate theories, conspiracy theories, or or attacks on journalism in the United States.
How do you react to that? And just sort of, I'm seeing this kind of, Bill, almost this vitriol for these turncoat Democrats, RFK and Tulsi. Don't forget, everybody, Bobby Kennedy was the belle of the ball like 10 minutes ago. And Tulsi Gabbard, people were talking about her in 2020 as a future Democratic president. And now look at the way they're being treated. There's a lot of hatred there.
Well, yeah, but it's not directed at them so much as it's Trump. So the Democrats in the Senate hate Trump. And whoever Trump nominates, they're going to hate by association. But Ms. Gabbard did not explain her initial support of Edward Snowden. And she should have been able to do that. But again, would I not vote for her because of that? I think she's making a mistake. But that's not an elimination mistake from me. I think there's more good than bad there. But she certainly did not explain herself well as far as Snowden is concerned.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.